I think we'll leave it up to the host authorities to say where and when at the proper time that they're willing to say something.
Matthew.
Okay, sure. One, why didn't you announce this when it took place? Why did you wait until a story was written this morning about it and the question asked? Two, why wasn't this material screened before it showed up inside the building, i.e. an explosive could show up in the same way that you've described?
I already told you, and I've said it very clearly, the packages and the entire shipment was clearly screened for anything that would harm the United Nations twice before it came to us. Please don't mistake that looking for something like explosives is the same as looking for narcotics. The methods are different, the dogs are different, everybody's different.
And are things brought in by Skanska screened, and why didn't you announce it?
Things brought in by Skanska are screened. We have faith in our materials that are being brought in for this construction project. That's a totally different subject. Why we didn't announce this? Quite frankly, because the host country is investigating this.
Right.
Because it is their responsibility, because we have complied fully, in my mind, with everything that needed to be done, and really, this is a host country affair.
Right, Colin next, and then Neil.
Just a clarification, you just said it's from a Central or South American country, the reporting with Mexico is neither Central America or South America. That's correct, it's not Mexico.
I prefer not to say what country it is.
But you're not ruled, I mean, you just ruled out Mexico.
No, I didn't rule out Mexico.
So it might be Mexico, it might be considered your Central. Okay.
Neil.
What was it and how much was it? And what quantity was it?
I believe the quantity is 14 kilograms. We don't test for narcotics here. The host country has informed us that it is controlled substances. I think that's a better question to ask to them.
Is it cocaine? I mean,
I think it's a controlled narcotic substance. I think
White powder look like cocaine.
Yes.
Okay, further questions, please.
Would you ever have disclosed this?
I think this is a story that's about drug smuggling and the United States government, and I think, quite frankly, I'm former U.S. law enforcement. My tendency is to let U.S. law enforcement, the people that are responsible for this, do their investigation.
Neil.
Do you think it was intended for someone in the United Nations? Is that part of the investigation? That was intended for someone in
No, we have absolutely no evidence and nothing to indicate that this had anything to do with anybody in the United Nations. I mean, narcotics traffickers are very smart people. They have tried almost every possible way to get narcotics into the United States. Personally, I believe this was another way that somebody was trying it. This didn't originate with the United Nations anyplace. The investigation of where it originated from is the responsibility of the competent authorities. It did not come from a United Nations facility. It wasn't, in my opinion, intended to go to a United Nations facility.
Why do they think using the logo would somehow be helpful to traffic drugs into the United States, using the UN logo? Can you say your view?
I think it's very obvious that diplomatic pouches are not supposed to be inspected, and I think that somebody may have thought that this was a way to get it into the United States.
Okay, thank you very much indeed. Thank you.
Thanks, folks.
Did you say they were in books? Sorry, I just didn't. It was inside books?
Inside hollowed out books.
Inside hollowed out books.
That's an official command, right?
Can you put the pictures of the two bags? Picture that you have?
Where's the other?
Indicated right.
Take the bag.
Folks, I do have to tell you that.
That's what. Could you bring it closer because I can't really see. Thank you.
Yes, Mr. Starr, you're going to say?
There's absolutely no evidence.
You have to tell us what?
Broadcasting what our diplomatic pouches look like all over the world probably isn't the greatest thing.
Is there any update on Lewis Maxwell on that case?